Breaking news tonight: one of the world's most powerful artificial intelligence companies is making a bold, controversial, and frankly historic move that could change the way an entire generation learns, creates, and thinks forever. OpenAI, the company behind the groundbreaking ChatGPT, is now making its case loudly and clearly. Teenagers deserve access to safe artificial intelligence, and the time to act is right now. This isn't a quiet policy update buried in a press release. This is a direct, deliberate statement from one of Silicon Valley's most influential players, and the tech world is paying very close attention tonight. So what exactly is OpenAI arguing? The company is pushing the position that restricting young people from AI tools doesn't protect them, it actually puts them at a disadvantage. Think about that for a second. While adults in boardrooms and universities are leveraging cutting-edge AI to solve complex problems, write better, think faster, and work smarter, millions of teenagers are being locked out of that same technological revolution, often in the name of safety. OpenAI says that approach is fundamentally backwards. Here's the core of their argument, and it's a powerful one. Teens are already online. They're already navigating social media algorithms, misinformation, digital advertising, and unfiltered internet content every single day. Pretending AI doesn't exist for them, or making it inaccessible, doesn't shield them from technology, it simply leaves them unprepared for a world that is rapidly being reshaped by it. OpenAI's position is that the answer is not restriction, the answer is safe, thoughtful, age-appropriate access. Now, let's talk about what safe AI actually means in this context, because this is where the details get really important. OpenAI is not suggesting that teenagers get unrestricted access to every capability baked into their most advanced models. What they are advocating for is a framework: guardrails, age-appropriate filters, parental controls, and educational guidelines that allow young people to engage with AI in a way that is enriching rather than harmful. They want to build bridges between teenagers and this technology, not walls. And educators are a massive part of this conversation. Schools across the country have been wrestling with AI since ChatGPT exploded onto the scene. Some banned it. Some embraced it cautiously. Many are still figuring it out. OpenAI's message to those educators tonight is essentially this: help us build the right environment for young learners, because these tools aren't going away. In fact, they are only going to become more powerful, more integrated, and more essential to daily life. There's also an equity argument here that cannot be ignored. Wealthy students and those in well-resourced schools are already finding ways to use AI tools legally, creatively, and effectively. Meanwhile, students in under-resourced communities risk being left even further behind if safe, structured access isn't democratized quickly. OpenAI appears keenly aware that this isn't just a technology debate, it's a social justice issue with real consequences for real kids. Critics, of course, will push back. Concerns around data privacy for minors, the risk of over-reliance on AI for learning, and the potential for misuse are all legitimate and deserve serious answers. OpenAI knows this. The pressure is now on them to follow their words with concrete, transparent, and rigorously tested safety measures that actually hold up under scrutiny. But here's the bottom line for tonight. The conversation about teenagers and artificial intelligence is no longer a future problem, it is a present-day urgency. OpenAI has drawn a line in the sand and said clearly, exclusion is not protection. The real question isn't whether teens will encounter artificial intelligence. They already have. The question is whether we'll be brave enough to make sure they're ready for it, or whether we'll hand them a world shaped by AI and never once teach them how to navigate it.